Nikita Singh and you're watching Tech It Out. In this episode, we bid adieu to 3i Atlas. The interstellar visitor may have exited the solar system, but it's left even more questions in its wake. Meanwhile, we're getting ready to send out a message to ET in outer space. On planet Earth, robots are becoming new humans. Autonomous AI is taking over farming, and technology is helping us save polar bears as they struggle to stay afloat in the warming Arctic. Climate change is accelerating at an exponential pace and affecting life on the planet. Even apex predators like polar bears are struggling. Here's a story about how scientists are using technology to help the bears, but it'll take much more than tech to save them.
Every winter, when the northern lights shimmer above the Arctic skies and the sea turns to frozen glass, the great white bear of the north takes its place on nature's icy stage. Majestic, curious, and utterly unafraid of the cold, the polar bear is a symbol of strength and survival. But as the world warms, the ice is slipping away beneath its paws, and now the very creature that has ruled the frozen seas for millennia is learning to survive on land. Every autumn, polar bears gather along the shores of Hudson Bay, waiting for the sea ice to return so they can hunt seals.
So what we're seeing here in Western Hudson Bay is that as the climate continues to warm, sea ice is melting earlier. It's also forming later. That's causing bears to spend a longer period of time on shore away from their preferred food, which are ringed and bearded seals. Lower body condition leads to females not becoming pregnant, cubs not surviving, and older animals dying prematurely.
Polar Bears International, a non-profit devoted to Arctic conservation, which recently concluded Polar Bear Week, held from November 2nd to 8th. The week focused on innovation and coexistence. It's a campaign to remind the world that the fight for the Arctic is not lost and that technology can play a role in coexistence between humans and bears. Hope, though, now comes on wheels, quiet ones. On the frozen tundra, Polar Bears International has a new tool in its arsenal to better help study the bears and tell their story to the world. This new tool is the Tundra Buggy One, an electric vehicle. The rugged EV is a zero-emission vehicle and will serve as a mobile research and broadcasting hub, proving clean energy is viable even in harsh subarctic conditions. On board the buggy, the scientist can broadcast live to the world and educate the public about what is happening in the tundra.
So the advantages from switching to the older diesel units to this fully electric model are multifold for us. One, this vehicle is silent. It can move across the tundra. You don't even hear it coming. It's fantastic for, being around wildlife and not creating additional disturbance there. It's also quite a bit more efficient and cost-effective.
The vehicle's design tackles one of the Arctic's biggest engineering challenge, cold weather. EV batteries typically fail in freezing temperatures, but here they're insulated and supported by small diesel heaters to warm the battery box and cabin. But it's not just about mobility, it's about coexistence. In northern Canada, encounters between humans and hungry polar bears are becoming more frequent. These unexpected encounters aren't good for humans, with an average of one fatality every other year, but they are much more dangerous for the bears. If humans can be warned in advance that there is a bear in the vicinity, or strobes or smells can be automatically triggered to scare the bear away, it will lead to fewer fatalities. An AI-powered radar detection system known as BearDar is now operational at a remote research station, alerting residents to nearby bears. The radar can detect a bear within a 1-kilometer radius, alerting communities before the animal gets too close.
So it's fantastic at seeing things on the landscape. It can detect grass blowing in a light breeze. It can detect the smallest waves lapping on the shore. So we actually had to kind of back off the sensitivity and also teach it because it does have an AI component. what's important to us and what's not. We're not interested in people. We're not interested in vehicles. We're interested in a very unique signature. And one thing with polar bears that we learned along the way is they're sort of built to evade radar, in large part due to their fur. You think a large animal would be very easy to see in a hard target, but that thick fur makes them a very soft radar target.
Polar bears are much loved animals, but still they face devastating effects of climate change. Perhaps for this reason, they have become the unofficial ambassadors of nature's struggle against climate change.
This story was inspired by a humanoid that's designed to do chores in the house. And while it can do a lot, it's actually a human who needs to remotely control the humanoid to accomplish complex tasks.
It's the kind of work we always hoped robots would be able to do. In China's Zhejiang province, a humanoid robot has been deployed at a busy intersection to direct traffic and manage congestion. It's called TongTong, short for Tongxiang Smart Police. The robot uses data, AI and multiple sensors to monitor vehicles and keep traffic moving safely. TongTong has freed up his human counterparts and boosted efficiency in the department. Charlotte is a striking-looking robot. Far from a humanoid, it has a structure modeled on arachnids. Spider-like and semi-autonomous, it's been designed to 3D print structures on Earth and its designers hope one day on the moon. With 6 legs that span over 5 meters, Charlotte straddles walls and can create structural curves, arches and domes using stone, wood, clay and other naturally occurring material instead of carbon-intensive materials like cement or bricks. The robot is made from aluminium, carbon fiber and 3D printed plastics. According to Charlotte's developers, the robot could revolutionize housing, reduce emissions and open new possibilities for architectural design.
This technology is going to be a major shift for climate change. The most intractable area of climate environmental emissions is the construction sector. Although the construction sector is doing some amazing things with green concrete and green steel and other materials, as much as we're bringing those materials in, we're actually using more of the standard stuff. This thing, because it's so much cheaper, will turn things around.
In Shanghai, humanoids are learning on the job. They've not just joined the workforce robots, they've officially joined the workforce, and they're learning as they go. Chinese robotics firm Agibot has deployed the world's first humanoids powered by embodied intelligence and reinforcement learning. Unlike traditional machines that rely on preset programs, these robots can teach themselves new skills directly on the job. What once took weeks of training now takes just minutes, with each bot adapting in real time and performing tasks with millimeter-level precision. A high-precision coordination system ensures stability and perfect task completion.
The tasks must be completed with millimeter-level precision and under very strict take-time requirements. This demands that the robo's control units be designed to work in coordination.
Such a long way the world has come from cut and burn to subsistence and now mechanized agriculture. AI is making things even more automated for farmers. From tractors to drones, AI-driven implements are making inroads.
Mechanization in farming is nothing new, especially in the US and Canada, where massive consolidated agricultural estates are the norm. Today, that mechanization is rapidly evolving into full-scale automation, From AI-guided irrigation systems and smart harvesters to drones that scan fields for pests and crop health. Technology is gradually taking over tasks that once relied upon human labor and intuition. Even on these large farms, driving a tractor is one of the few remaining manual tasks still carried out by farmers. Now, driverless taxis operated by companies like Waymo and Tesla are a common sight in California. Given that, it wasn't surprising to see the tech being adapted for tractors to till fields. But the autonomous tractors did create a fair bit of buzz at the recent FIRA USA Agricultural Expo in California. One of the stars of the show was a Japanese Kubota tractor powered by technology from Autonomy, a firm that specializes in embedding AI into industrial equipment.
So today we've been demonstrating multiple Kubota tractors that have autonomy technology integrated by Kubota that can operate fully autonomously.
The prototypes displayed can navigate fields, spray crops, plow soil without any human intervention.
The customers, the farmers and producers are waiting for this kind of automated technologies because they have a significant labor shortage problem.
It's not just about efficiency though. Fewer humans in the field means fewer accidents. And with autonomous tractors, one operator can manage a fleet of machines.
Especially in Japan, the average age of the farmers now is 69 years old, and it's a very kind of aging society. And we are also losing a significant laborers from our farming operations.
At the FIRA USA Expo, there weren't just autonomous tractors, but a lot of other automated farming equipment. Among them, there was an aerial drone developed by Ceres Air, designed for large-scale precision AG tasks, including crop monitoring and pesticide application. There was also a high-tech autonomous tractor sprayer unit showcased by major equipment manufacturers. The sprayer uses sensors, AI and real-time adjustment systems to detect crop height, optimize chemical use, and reduce operator exposure during spraying operations.
And so there's an emerging field around physical AI, or like AI for the real world. And in many ways, agriculture is the ultimate test of those challenges. But at the same time, it's really the ultimate opportunity, because there's nothing more critical and necessary than feeding a global population.
As technology drives deeper into agriculture, autonomous machines are redefining what it means to farm. From tractors that steer themselves to drones that watch over crops, the future of farming is taking shape.
3i Atlas has now exited our solar system, but the data left behind continues to puzzle astronomers. With its unusual size, shifting colors, and chemical anomalies, this interstellar object challenges everything we know about cosmic wonders. Was it a natural relic of another star, or something even more extraordinary? We break down what scientists have learned and what remains unanswered.
It appeared all of a sudden. A traveler, older than our sun, moving too fast, too bright, and far too strange. Scientists named it 3i Atlas, the third object ever confirmed to come from beyond our solar system. But almost nothing about it fits what we know of comets or asteroids so far. Atlas, NASA's Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, first spotted it in July 2025. What began as a faint dot of light has become one of the most studied and most puzzling interstellar visitors in history.
3i Atlas is really interesting. It's what's called an interstellar comet. That means it actually came to our solar system from another star system. So this comet was not born around the sun, it was born elsewhere. It's been drifting through space on its own, and it just randomly encountered the solar system.
What truly baffled astrophysicists was 3i Atlas's shifting colors. As it traveled through the solar system, it transformed before their eyes. First, an icy blue, then a vivid green, and finally, a deep, pulsing red. Each transition happened abruptly, without any change in temperature or chemical composition. No comet in recorded history has ever done that. Then came something which was even harder to explain. As 3I Atlas neared the Sun, light curved around it, exactly as Einstein's theory of relativity predicted. According to Einstein's theory, massive objects warp space and time, bending light that passes nearby. However, when 3I Atlas emerged from behind the Sun, it did the impossible. It turned, and that's when the mystery deepened. Here's what scientists have pieced together so far. 3I Atlas is enormous.
The object is extremely massive, and it doesn't really care about the mass loss in terms of the orbit that it shows on the sky. And we concluded that the mass is larger than 33 billion tons, meaning that at solid density, the object's diameter is bigger than 5 kilometers, comparable to the size of Manhattan Island.
It's also ancient. It is estimated that 3I Atlas might be older than our solar system itself by at least 3 billion years. Its composition? Now that's the real enigma. Spectral scans suggest traces of nickel without iron, a ratio unknown in naturally occurring comets.
That most of the gas surrounding 3I Atlas is carbon dioxide, 87% by mass. There is 9% by mass that is carbon monoxide, and then only 4% is water. And moreover, observations from ground-based telescopes indicate that there is nickel, but very little iron in the gas plume around the object. And usually we see comparable amounts of nickel and iron in comets. The only place where we see much more nickel than iron is in the industrial production of nickel alloys.
For weeks now, NASA has refused to release the high-resolution images of 3I Atlas. No press statements, no new data. And as the US government shutdown paralyzes key agencies, NASA's silence over the mysterious interstellar visitor has only added more fuel to the fire, giving rise to online theories that the agency may be hiding something extraordinary.
There was data taken on October 2nd by the high-rise camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter that NASA put around Mars. And that camera reaches a resolution of 30 kilometers at the distance that 3I Atlas was from Mars on October 2nd. Because of the government shutdown, this data was not disseminated to the public and to scientists. And that is rather unfortunate. I was asked whether that may be some kind of a conspiracy, that there is perhaps a reason for that has to do with extraterrestrial intelligence. And my reply was that it's much more likely to be the result of terrestrial stupidity than extraterrestrial intelligence.
For now, the object is fading, its light dimming as it leaves our solar system behind. But some questions remain unanswered. Was it a natural comet, a probe from another civilization, or something more?
There's a remarkable 20-year-old Brazilian sailor who recently completed a solo voyage from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. Tamara Link sailed from Greenland to Alaska in a sailboat, all by herself. It's a journey that would have been impossible a few decades back. How did Klink do it? I'll leave you with her words. Keep watching WION and like and follow us on social media. This is Nikita Singh signing out. Until next week, bye-bye.
Very few people have done the Northwest Passage single-handed, not only because it's challenging, it's very technically challenging, but also because it was impossible to do it some years ago. I was very upset to be able to do it with much less ice than I was expecting to find. I only found ice on 9% of the way, which is very little. This is part of a trend that will be very difficult to reverse if we don't act.